Okay. Okay. My name is Maria, and we're going to start the chapter 11 in the book 1, the blue book, in chapter 11. And in this chapter, we'll practice option pronouns, simple present tense versus non-endings, non-s endings, have and has, adverbs and frequencies. We're going to discuss describing frequency of actions, describing people, like some people are tall or short or nice or mean or something like that. So in the vocabulary, we're going to have vocabulary review. We're going to have the years, the months, the days of the week. So we're going to start with number 1. Is the 2017, which it says the year. I know we are at 2021. And here in the book, it's start with 2017. And it's the year, and then the month is March. And the days of the week, we're going to start with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And the numbers, cardinal numbers in the calendar, which is the first, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth, and 10th, and so on, like all the way to 31. March has 31. And then we have 1 week, which is 7 days. And then we have number 1 with the year, month, week, day, weekend. Weekend is 5. Yeah, the weekends, like the Saturdays, Sunday and Saturdays. There's the weekends. Okay, we have number 6 is the morning. The sun's coming up and the roosters is croak. And then we have the 7, there's the afternoon, which is after lunch. And then we have the evening, which is when the sun goes down a little bit, like from 5 to 6, 7. And then we have the night, when it's already dark. Okay, there's page 99, chapter 11. And they go to page 100. 100, and there's a how often. How often es qué tan seguido hace uno las cosas, cuántas veces va a la tienda, cuántas veces va a la escuela, cuántas veces llama en el teléfono. So, how often, así como se escribe, often, how often. Okay, and we're the pronouns as I, as me. If you say, this is for me, that you call me, because it's I. A mí me están hablando, ¿verdad? A mí. And then this, he is going to be him. If you say, okay, he, can you call him? So it's a man. And then she is a her. Can you call her? Can you tell her to come over here? Okay, it is it, a dog or una cosa, a chair or table or animals. And then we is us. It's are we gonna, we all, okay. No, okay, we're gonna say, are we, us, go to, like there's a whole class. Or as this is for us, the we, us. And then you, as you. As a group, or whether it can be 2 or 3, but there's you. There's a group of people. And they is them. Can you call them to come over here? So there's they is them. So I is me, he is him, she is her, it, we, us, you, and they, them. Okay, and here and the two samples, and then from these two samples, you're gonna do all the way to 9, and then continue in the 101 page, which is, they give you the samples for this. Okay, you say, how often does your boyfriend call you? How often does your boyfriend call you? How often? They say, he called me every night. He called me every night. Okay, and number 1 is gonna use the same sample in the top to do this. Say, how often do you use your computer? I use my computer every day. Number 2, how often do you write to your son? I write to my son every week. Is how you're gonna answer. Well, complete the sentence is there. Okay, and then you say, how often do your grandchildren call you? Okay, let me see. And your son, okay, we went to number 3. How often do you clean your windows? I clean them every month. Now the 4. How often do you visit your aunt in Minnesota? I visit her every year. Number 5. How often do you wash your car? I wash it, because it's a thing. I wash it every weekend. Okay. And then let's say, how often do your grandchildren call you? How often did your grandchildren call you? They call me every Sunday. Okay, number 7. How often does your boss say hello to you? He say hello to me every morning. Number 8. How often do you feed the animals? I feed them every afternoon. 9. How often do you think of me? I think of you all the time. Okay, and page 101, 101, we're gonna review the sounds for the each word in here. Like a eat, and then you're gonna sound like a S sound, or the last word of the alphabet, Z. C, and another one is I, C. So the words with the S is eat, eats, write, writes, bank, banks. It sounds like it's S. Speak, speaks, and then with a C, read, reads, jog, jogs, call, calls, clean, cleans. And the another one with the I, Z is wash, washes. Like a wash your hands. I wash the clothes, or he washes the clothes every week. Washes. Okay, and another one is a wash, like a bed, see television, or wash the window, outside the window, watch. Okay, watch, and then watches. Watches is the sound is like a IC, and then dance, dances, and then fixes. Okay, and then another one is a always, usually, sometimes, rarely, and never. So always is all the time is 100%. Usually is a 90%, usually. And then sometimes it's a 50%. Rarely is 10%, and never is 0. That's what it means. When you say usually or never or sometimes, that's what that means, the percents. And then here in the two samples, they say, looking at the picture, A say, does Carmen usually study in her room? And the question, this is the question, and then the answer say, the B, no, she rarely studies in her room. She usually studies in the library. So rarely, which is like a 10%, or almost never. It usually is all the time, like a 90%. She usually studies in the library. Okay, and then 1 to 6, we're gonna read it and answer the questions with the sample here in the top. Does Linda usually eat lunch in her office? Does Linda usually eat lunch in her office? No, she rarely eats lunch in her office. Usually, she eats lunch in the cafeteria. So the same, the same pattern in the top, you're gonna put it in each of these. Number 2, does Ellen always watch the news after dinner? No, she never, or he never watches the news after dinner. He usually watches game shows. Okay, number 3. Does Diane sometimes read the National Star? No, she never reads the National Star. She usually reads Time magazines. Okay, number 4. Does Henry usually wash his car on Sunday? No, he rarely washes his car on Sunday. He usually washes his car on Saturday. Okay, number 5. Does your girlfriend usually jog in the evening? No, sometimes she usually sometimes she jogs in the evening. She usually jogs in the afternoons. Okay, number 6. Does your neighbor's dog always bark during the day? Okay, no, he never barks during the day. He usually it because it's a dog. It usually barks. It usually barks at night. Okay. We'll go to the page 102. We have noise neighbors. Okay. Okay, this is the start of the book. We have noisy neighbors. People that there are a lot of noise. Okay. And we go to the pronouns. I have brown eyes. You have brown eyes. They have brown eyes. So I have brown eyes. We have brown eyes. You have brown eyes, and they have brown eyes. This is the plural with the I and the we, you and they. And now we go to the single, which is he. It changes to have to has. He has brown eyes. She has brown eyes. It has brown eyes. So it's different to in the plural to the single. It changes to have to has. Do you have quiet neighbors? No, we have noisy neighbors that they want to make a lot of noise. They have parties or they loud music, and the neighbors kind of don't like that noise. Okay, we're gonna put these samples in from 1 to 9 on page 102. They say, do you have a sister? No, I have a brother. Number 2, does this store have an elevator? No, they don't have elevator. It has an escalator. So elevator is when you go automatically up and down. And this one you had to climb the stairs. Okay, number 3. Does your daughter have straight hair? No, she had curly hair, like on the other with girls. Okay, number 4. Does your son have brown hair? No, he's got blonde hair. Number 5. Do you and your husband have a dog or a cat? Have a dog? Or other way there. Okay. Do you and your husband have a dog? And the answer is no. We have a cat. Okay, number 6. Does your baby boy have a blue eyes? No, he had brown eyes. Okay. Number 7. Do Mr. and Mrs. Hills have a satellite dish? No. They have an old TV antenna. Okay. Number 8. Does your grandmother have a car? No, she has a motorcycle. Okay, and this with this empty square, you had to think about just one question and you answer the question and then you put the picture in there. Just think about it. Okay, and page 103, it says, and you on every difference. Okay, and you on every different. Okay, we want to do the opposite. One is very tall, one is very short, like that, the opposite. Okay, and we're going to read it. My brother and I look very different. I have brown eyes and he has brown eyes. We both have brown hair, but I have short curly hair and he has long straight hair. I'm tall and thin, alto and delgadito. He is short and heavy. As you can see, I don't look like my brother. We look very different. Okay, and we're gonna read it and we're gonna, okay. He said, who in your family do you look like? ¿A quién se parece? ¿A quién look like? Who don't you look like? Tell about it. Okay, and here we're gonna read it. My sister and I are very different. I am a teacher. She is a journalist. I live in Miami. She lives in London. I have a large house in the suburbs. She has a small apartment in the city. Suburbs is in the city, but en la orilla, at the end of the city. She has a small apartment in the city, so she's in the town, inside the town. Okay, I'm married. She is single. I play golf. She plays tennis. I play the piano. She doesn't play a musical instrument. On the weekend, I usually watch videos and rarely go out, so she stay home. She never watches videos and always goes to parties. So she like to go parties and go out all the time. She don't like to stay home. Okay, as you can see, we are very different, but we are sisters and we are different. Okay. Yeah, we are sisters and we are friends. Okay, compare yourself with a member of your family, another student in your class, or famous person. Tell how you and this person are different. Okay, and they say, how do you say it? Okay, it's just a repetition to information. And if you tell me about your sister. She is a journalist. She lives in London. Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay, practice a conversation with other students. Talk about people you know. Okay, we're going to page 104. It's reading, so we're going to read again. And here is a close friends. My husband and I are very lucky. We have many close friends in this city, and they are all interesting people. So the first picture, we have to read it. Okay, our friend Greta is an actress. We see her when she isn't making movies in Hollywood. When when we go when we get together with her, she always tell us about her life in Hollywood. Who's a movie star, so she make movies, and she's pretty interesting lady, pretty famous also. Greta is a very close friend. We like her very much. So this is Greta, and then the another picture they say our friend Dan is scientist. We see him when he isn't busy in the laboratory. When we get together with him, he always tells us about his new experiment. Dan is a very close friend. He, we like him very much. So they're two different, they're good friends. Okay, the third one say, our friends Bob and Carl are famous television news reporters. We see them when they are not traveling around the world. When we get together uh, with them, they always tell us about their conversations with presidents and prime ministers. Bob and Carol are very close friends. We like them very much. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't see them, Greta, Dan, or Bob, or Carol very often. In fact, we rarely see them because they are usually so busy, but we think about them all the time. Okay, and page okay 105. I said reading and check up what uh, you had to fill it up in the blanks. What is the world? What is the world? They're going in each blank. What is the world? The word. They had to have in each blank. We had to think what kind of word that goes in there. Okay, it said Greta is a famous actress. Okay, and then here we're talking about Greta. It will be she. She lives in Hollywood. Okay, and then number two, her movies are very popular. So that's good. We just fill it up in the blanks. When she walks down the street, people always say hello to her and tell her her much how much they like her movies. Okay, so this is done. Just think about what goes in the blanks and then fill it up. Okay, Dan always busy. He works in his laboratory every day. Dan's friends rarely see him. When when they see him, they usually talk about his experiments. Everybody likes him very much. He is a very nice person. Okay, she is a very nice person. Bob and Carol are television news reporters. Their friends don't see them. Okay, their friends don't see them very often because they travel around the world all the time. Mm, Presidents and prime minister often call them on the telephone. They like theirs very much. They like their work very much. They like their work very much. Okay, and here in the yellow line, they said listening. So in this one, we're supposed to listen to the CD that's in this book, but we don't have it. And here you just read the words, and I'm pretty sure you understand or know the meanings of this word, like a grandfather, grandmother, window, windows, brother, sister, sink, cars, neighbors, neighbor and neighbors, computer, news reporter, 7, game show, car, Miss Brown, and Mr. Want, 9, Ken, Kim, and Karen. So that's just words that you can repeat them and know the meaning of each word. And now, another yellow stripe and say, and you on words for writing and discussion. Looking at the picture, what are these boys and girls doing? He said, my close friends. Tell about your close friends. What are they? What are their names? What are the names of these people? And then where do they live? And then what they do? When did you get together with them? And what did you talk about? You can, in your own notebook, you can make a story or write it down just like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do 5 or 10 or whatever. You want to talk about your friends in the class. What do they do and what they live? And if they are nice, if they are Spanish, or if they are whatever they come from. Okay, and here we have on page 106, we have the pronunciation. Practice this one, pronunciation, and then we have the grammar focus, which is gonna fill it up in the blanks, whatever word goes in there. Object pronouns, we're gonna do practice the pronouns. We're gonna do he goes, he have and has. Some samples, present tense versus noun endings. Okay, so we're gonna listen to the reading first. Listen, then say it. They said, I visit her every year. So in the her word, you're gonna see that the H is silent. You're only gonna hear the ER. I visit her every year. Okay, next one. I write to him every week. So the silent word in there is the H, of which is sentence. We see her very often. We see her very often. Silent H. She calls him every month. She calls him every month. Okay, next. Say it and say it, then listen. Okay. I visit him every year. I write to her every week. He sees him very often. He calls her every month. So you just put attention here because of the H and each of the little paragraph is not, you cannot listen because it's silent. Her, him, her, him, her, him, and her. Yeah. Okay. It's a write in your journal about your daily activities. Whatever you do at home, you just get in your journal and start writing everything like here in the top that they tell you to. I always go to work. I always go shopping. You're gonna fill it up in the blanks that they give you here. And then I usually go out. Okay. I usually go out. Okay, and then sometimes I watch the videos. Okay. I rarely go to the movies. I never go travel, go out of town. Okay, just whatever they come in your mind, just fill it up, those the spaces and the blanks. Okay, and the grammar focus, they say object pronoun. And we're gonna use he calls me every day. Or he called him, or he called her, and go the whole sentence. He calls me every day, every night. He calls him every night. He calls her every night. He call it every night. Like if your dog is lost or whatever, he call it every night. Okay, he calls us every night. He calls you every night. He calls them every night. So let's read another blue box down here with have and has. I have brown eyes. You have brown eyes. They have brown eyes. And the line in the middle will tell you what when you use the have and when that you use the has. It's very important to know this one because only in the single, like a he and she and it, you use the has. He has brown eyes. She has brown eyes. It has brown eyes. And it is for animals. Okay. And then the last boxes on the bottom is a simple present tense versus noun endings. Okay, he eats. And the sound of the he eats is with the S. And then another one, I eat is almost I eat. We eat. You eat. You read. Okay, let's do the first one. She reads. It sounds like a C. She reads. And then it watches. And then another one is I eat. We eat. You read. And they watch. Okay. Okay, and here we're gonna finish up this and find the word that goes in here using this over here in the blue boxes. It's a complete the sentences. How often do you and your wife read the newspaper? How often? ¿Qué tan seguido read the newspaper? And the B is the answer. We read it every morning. We read it. The paper is a thing, so you use it. We read it every morning. Number 2. How often do you write to your grandmother? The answer is, I write to her every week. Okay. Number 3. How often did you call your brother in Miami? B. I call him every Sunday. So you fill it up in the words that belong in the blanks. Number 4. How often do the boxers play cards with their friends? How often do the boxers play cards with their friends? And boxers is the a name or the last name of the one family, Baxters. How often do the Baxters play cards with their friends? They play cards with their friends, with them. Okay, they play cards with them every Saturday night. With them because that's the another family that play cards with them. Okay, number 5. How often does your uncle call you and your sister? Now, the answer is he called us every weekend. He called us every weekend. Okay, so you figured out the words and put it in, answer in the blanks. It's a complete sentences with have or has. So it's still going on here. Number 6, we have noisy neighbors. We have noisy neighbors. My son has brown eyes. Number 8, I have curly black hair. Number 9, my sister has a new car. And number 10, you have a very nice apartment. Have, using the have. Okay, and number 11, my parents have a new cat. My parents has a new cat. Okay, number 12. The new mall has more than 50 stores. The new mall has because it's it. The new mall has more than 50 stores. Okay. And continue all the way to 16. It's a complete sentences with the correct form of the verb, and here we're using the verbs. Okay, it's a then you found the words in parentheses. That's it, number 13. We're gonna use like. I like jazz. My brother likes rock. Remember, like for me, I like, and then for he, because it's a brother, it's has. Oh, okay, likes. My brother likes with the S at the end. My brother likes rock. Okay, number 14. Jog. My wife jogs because it's her. My wife jogs in the morning. I jog in the afternoon. Okay, number 15. Study. I study in my room. My sister studies, with the S, studies in the library. Number 16. Watch, you said the word watch. Our son watches game shows after dinner. My wife and I watch the news. We don't watch the game show. It watches the news. My wife and I watch the news. Okay, and this is for the chapter 11. And if you have trouble and answer the questions, so just call us and let us know. But that's very interesting. Every page here is very interesting for you to go again and repeat it and read it and answer the questions and all the blanks. And just read it as many times as you can have chance, because it's very important. It's things that we do every day. And go to the vocabulary in here because it's very important to learn the years and months, weeks, days, weekends, and morning, afternoon, evening, night. So make sure they have that learn it very well. Also, you have to practice the questions and answers and the pronouns and hear how they go with what. Like for one person, I or me, he, him, her, she, her. It is the same. We is us. And you. And these ones also can be used in one person, or you can be a group also. And it's you. And they, that's the last one. They, which are other people, them, they or them. So it's the pronouns, nouns and pronouns, and then me, him. So it's very important to use this. Okay, there's the present tense, adverbs of frequency, object pronouns. So the object pronouns is like a me, him, her, it, us, you, them. So those pronouns is I, he, she, it, we, you, and them. And the object pronouns is me. What it belong to I belong to he or she. To me, like you give it to me, and they call me, and they call him, they call her, they call it, we call, they call us, are they call you, or are they call them? And instead of the nouns, which is I, he, she, then another one says me, him, her, it, us, you, and them. So every page is very important to study and to answer all the questions. Read the questions and the answers. And that's all about the page of the chapter 11. Okay. Well, thank you for being listening and study and everything, because it's all for you to go more, learn everything more. There's much words that you put in your vocabulary that's very good for you. So you have any questions, just call Casa de Amigos and we help you in things that you don't understand. Thank you very much. Okay. And let's see. Oh, yeah, I got it.
Understand. Appreciate it.